Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3. Last episode we shrunk down the Pripyat Marshland pocket slightly. It's very funny considering the fact that there's a lot of Hungarian units in here, like these German units are under Hungarian flag. I'm not at war with Hungary. I don't have any way to declare war on them because I have a truce and I have no idea when the truce ends. So there's not really any way to figure out what's exactly going on there that I'm aware of, at least. Now, I did go ahead, I did the same thing I did with Bulgaria on Greece. I used the console command to annex it, just because I have no interest in puppet states. They don't help me out at all. They don't add anything to the game. They in fact, they take things away from me in that I no longer have access to the, the resources and whatnot from that area. So let's take all these guys out if we can. And should we declare war on Croatia or wait for these last few infantry divisions to arrive? Wait for those last few infantry divisions to arrive, then declare war on Croatia and see what happens. There's a big to and fro battle going on right over here. And it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of casualties. A lot of people are dying. Unfortunately, I can't exploit breaks in the line like I would like to. Let's see if we can't move back into this province and, again, counterattack the Germans. Yeah, easily. Easily. And we've also won a breach across the southern Oder River. We actually had the breach already, but we've managed to expand? Why can't I talk today? Expand our bridgehead ever so slightly. What I'm thinking is going to be useful here. Oh, they're attacking me, so I'm going to have to wait for that to clear. Yep, should be just 1 hour, I think. Yeah, it's clear now. Let's just make sure that we keep this going. What we're going to do is attack here and attack there, and we're going to move here, and we're going to attack here. We're going to leave this guy right here in reserve. The 2nd Guard's motor mechanized? Is that who that was? The only way to really figure out where they came from when they break like that is to see who he's attached to. I'd imagine it was down here, though. That was probably down there. Yep. Well, let's just move him back over here. Let's take, yep, you move back over there. You move back over here as well. Get him back to the front. We're going to declare war on Croatia, see what happens there. We have Serbia. We're slowly surrounding Serbia. Slowly surrounding Serbia. I like that alliteration there. I feel like it is time to declare... I mean, these guys are almost there. Although they're moving kind of slow. January 13th. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. January 13th. I can deal with that. Fairmont Remnants. I'm trying to win another good-sized bridgehead over the Oder here, but it's proving more difficult. There was only one German panzer division there when I attacked it. There's still only one, and apparently they're the ones causing all this grief here. It's going to be very lopsided casualties here, because we're just overwhelming them with numbers at the moment. How are we doing here? Again, this one division somehow has a defense modifier of 3,000%. Absolutely astonishingly crazy numbers for one unit sitting in the woods. Not even a forest, it's the woods. No, you need to stay there. You're fine. You need to back off because you're all dead. Yeah, this is the to and fro I was talking about right here. And how are we looking down here? It was January 13th. Most of those guys are going to arrive, I think. Not terribly concerned about that. What I'm most interested in is what's going on over here. You can see there's starting to be some supply issues. We won that battle. If you saw it just there, I clicked off real quick. It was like 40,000 to 10,000. $40,000 to 10,000. Now what we're going to do is take our fast troops. See if we can't exploit that hole we just won. Nice if we could. I mean, Berlin is right there, and I think that's why they're so pissy, is because we're on the outskirts of Berlin. It is right down there, isn't it? More oil rigs are being completed. Again, oil is the only thing we've ever run short on. All right, well, most of the troops are here, so why don't we declare war on Croatia and see what we're working with. I don't know what the the battle is going to be like Croatia. Here we go. Declare war. Oh my god. Okay, so we're just gonna go with conquer. Because I'm not gonna go through for 2 damn years and individually add each of those on there. So let's see what we're working with. Croatian units. We have an attack modifier of about 500%. And we have attack modifiers higher than their defense modifiers, which is really good. So let's see if we can't exploit this. Hopefully, this will go well for me. I don't have numbers here, but, I mean, I'm fighting Croatians. Well, you know, there's a lot of other people in here, too, as well. There's a lot of other units in there as well, so we'll see what happens. Attack modifiers are not bad. Their defense modifiers are okay, though. There's a lot of units stacked up on that border, so that might be the problem. Oh, under attack. I was about to say, where are we under attack? Where's right up here? Are they gonna break? Yeah, they're breaking these units. Although, I know we're damaging them too, so. Hopefully I can actually freaking attack Hungary at some point. Managed to blow a little hole in the line here south of Berlin. Managed to blow a little hole in the line north of Berlin as well. The problem is getting units in there quickly enough to exploit the breach, and it looks like when are they gonna get there? Now these guys should not have a cooldown. They weren't in any combat that I was aware of. I wonder why they have a cooldown. They must have moved. Maybe that militia brigade moved in there. Caused a cooldown. Berlin, we're right there. Berlin is just right freaking there. What we got here? Just a tank division. Defense modifier of 2,000%. Jesus Christ, Germany. This is getting ridiculous. This is really getting a little stupid. When single divisions can hold off entire armies. (23rd German Panzer Division). Well, we just won right there. We might be able to turn it around on them with some of the troops that aren't completely wiped out. I don't know. There's only 1 unit of tanks in there, but these guys... Oh, yeah, we can turn that around on them. Turn that right around. Problem is when a single German unit can take out an entire Russian army. Just one right here, finally. Alright, how are we doing? Are we actually making progress through this? Or is this just, are we just holding a line? Oh, we won against some Japanese. That was a pretty big battle. We just won this battle. We lost this one. But we have a nice hole in the line to work from. Now, what we can do is, we can take these garrisons, move them to hold that one section right there. They're attacking me. I think Frankfurt on the Oder. Looks like they're going to get worn out, though, pretty easily. Alright, now, that leaves units fresh to assault Berlin. Oh, never mind, they attacked me. Oh, no, it cooled off. So, oh, no, we're still under attack. The 4th German Panzer Division. Why do I say German? Everybody knows it's German. It's these guys right in here. Suiciding themselves into the side of this, into the flank of this attack here. Well, what we can try to do is pin them down in the north, too, by attacking here. That's a Portuguese unit, actually. That one. Oh, my God. Look at the defense modifier on this guy. 3,700%. 3,700% for an infantry division. Looks like we overran somebody there. That is just insanity. Now we're starting to run into supply issues here. A little surprised, honestly. Thought that would be happening up here more. Croatia is mountainous, right? Yeah, it's pretty mountainous in here. Looks like this is not going to go very smoothly. Why don't we cancel this shit and let's try to do this a little more cohesively. I'm sorry, this was a major defeat. We lost 5,600 men. They lost 20,000. And it classified it as a major defeat. That makes 0, 0, 0 sense. Sometimes, guys, sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just, it's getting a little frustrating to the point where I'd like, you know, in a fair fight, this would have been said and done over. But because of how crazy the bonuses are for the AI, it's still going on. 52nd Panzer Division is still assaulting our spearhead towards Berlin. The 353rd Panzer Grenadier Division is joining in on that attack. Looks like the Croats just launched their counterattack against us. Didn't really get them anywhere. So who is this right here? That's German Mountain? German Waffen. Oh, so that's SS Mountain Troops. I fought those guys a lot. All right, where were we? Little interruption there. We are basically muscling our way across the Oder River towards Berlin, and we got a good. We're finally not under attack by numerous German Panzer Division. Let's do a little test and see who's in Berlin. So they're attacking me on the flank. As soon as I started hitting Berlin, they sent guys in to attack the flank of that. There are Portuguese garrison units here. But Battle of Berlin is what we're interested in. There is nothing aside from Army Corps Command units in here, which somehow still managed to have defense modifiers of 1,700%. But if we are quick, and we tie down these German units with any sort of assault we can, maybe we can storm into Berlin before they have a chance to really reinforcement. Because if we could take it without contest, that would be wonderful. So we'll launch attacks, or diversionary attacks around the sides here as well. Because we don't need, there's a point of diminishing returns with attacks, definitely. Where the hell did that guy come from? Must have been from the backside over here somewhere. Oh, we actually destroyed everybody in there. Some Italian specialist units, basically. Some militia units. What are they? Mercenary units? I mean, we're barely scratching them with these. They got a defense modifier of 2,000% is why. Take Berlin without a fight for the most part. Let's go look at Croatia again. Alright, they're still attacking me. Which is good, because I want them to wear themselves out against my lines. That is the goal there. They'll wear themselves out against my lines, and then I don't have to put as much effort into this. Alrighty, grabbing up all these empty provinces they're leaving behind, wherever possible. They're retreating out of a bunch of them, deciding not to contest them. They don't have the organization. They don't have the supplies in there anymore. So we'll just let them keep going. Attack my units. Major defeat. Where was this? Oh, that was right down here. That was not good. 12,000 to 10,000. So I'm still taking more casualties, which is unfortunate. Why don't we take an entire Army Corps' worth of garrison units and see if we can't get them in there nice and quick like a bunny. Got a lot of tanks here still. And throw them right across this bridgehead. Keep it occupied. What do we got here? We got units here that are fresh. Let's see if we can't hit the Germans on the flank of the Oder. And we'll support attack from the opposite bank as a distraction. And hopefully we'll be able to knock these units out without too much trouble. So let's see, well, how's the Battle of Berlin going? See, this is those Italians saved the city is what happened. Now they're filtering units in. Hopefully, now it's still got huge defense modifiers. Although we did overrun those units, and we'll be able to move over to the side here. Let's try to keep moving. Yeah, keep the pressure on these units as best we possibly can. Yeah, there's no one left in this province after that Army Corps. How we doing here? All right, we're getting our asses handed to us is what's happening here. Even the infantry divisions are knocking our teeth in. These attacks are getting brutal. So we got garrisons in here, which means what we can do is move the infantry and anybody else that's capable of withstanding an attack away. Battle of Berlin is raging, while the Army Group center pocket slowly crumbles in upon itself. All right, we got this guy, merge those together. Oh, nope, that's what I wanted to do there. Trying to make this this Polak unit combat effective. So let's reorganize. What do we got here? Oh, that's nothing. Wanted this one, and that was it. Oh, I guess. Well, let's just start squishing these guys together like this. Can we not move anybody else over? Oh, we can. Try to make it a little more manageable with these spare units here. Thought I could just hit merge. It's kind of effective. Let's do this. Just throw them across the river. They'll easily wipe out that. Yeah, they'll easily knock that guy out. We'll be able to flank the remaining. We'll be able to flank here. We'll be able to flank Berlin as well. We're making progress. Casualties are heavy. 20th Tank Corps. We lost some tanks. Really? All right. Well, you're getting right back to the front, aren't you? Right back to the front, if you please. A lot of these units I don't really need over here anymore, so we can grab them and move them elsewhere. Like to the far bank of the Oder River. Well, there's a little breakthrough right here next to Berlin. How's the battle? They're filtering in more units. There's not a lot of people here, but what's happening is we're managing to surround Berlin a little bit more, little by little. As the battle's raging, Soviet troops are moving around the city. $1,500. Oh, that's a defense buff. 500 to 780. I feel like the German counterattacks here are going to start running out of steam soon, because they're going to run through their organization and everything, and then I'm going to have troops to throw back into the fight, and they're not. Is that Croatian unit right there? That is a Croatian unit right there. I can't attack the Hungarian units. God damn it. Can't declare war. So let's even leave some infantry here, I guess. like a tank unit and move the rest up this way. I mean, what else are we gonna do there, other than just hold them at bay? Now they're actually, you know what? I bet there's, you know, there's other people attacking in here. It's not just the Croatians. There's other people attacking in there as well. Yeah, I think there's a lot of Italians in there. It makes sense. Italy's right there. They actually are breaking some of my units. Good for them. Good for them. Although, you know what? They get more and more guys into Berlin here. Just barely not. Well, it looks like there's nobody up here. So, infantry attack the Portuguese units. I need all these guys, all these infantry units to move up this way. Garrisons to move on up. That. I move here. You guys are moving up. That's fine. Working our way across the Oder River. Some really brutal combat right here. But I think we're going to break them. Really brutal combat. How are we doing here? These tanks are taking massive casualties, but that petered out to nothing. There was no after-action report. That was weird. Support the attack on Berlin from another side. German units are starting to wear down as the Soviet attack rose in strength and ferocity. See if we can't move into Romania a little bit. This Hungary situation is ridiculous. Absolutely, astonishingly ridiculous. Well, can we keep moving here, maybe? Moving along the coast? The coast of Serbia? And by coast, I mean edge. I think so. Yeah, well, these guys are fresh, so why don't we take the tanks that are here, filter them in there. It's mostly the Italians here, it looks like. And I mean, the Italian units aren't as good as mine, but there's just a lot of them. This is a very small front for me. Very small frontage to work with. Under attack, under attack. Tank, 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 tank. Well, not all of that's tank, but we got garrisons there, so we don't need everybody to just sit there. And let's see. There. One of these units move there. The other two attack the German units, so they don't get away. There's a breakthrough. Whoa! Japanese lost 40,000 men attacking these infantry units up here. Start whittling our way against the Japanese with little bits and pieces. It's just such a static. It's just so boring over here. Compared to what's happening over here, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of troops are slugging their way towards and into Berlin. And who cares about what's happening over in Siberia? Do they filter in more troops? No, it's just a... They may have. We won right here. We won right here, it looks like. The naval infantry lost all of their transport trucks, but that's pretty common. 7th Panzer Division is just about worn out. All right, we won right here. We lost 30,000 men. They lost 18,500 men. But the Oder River is basically not a defensive line for Germany anymore. It has been breached along most of its length, which means that we're just going to wrap it up now. We're just going to roll up the line. The Oder River has been breached. Well, it's been breached for a long time, but it's breached and cleared now. The 18th Panzer Grenadier Division is the last man standing in Berlin at the moment. They're at 53% strength. Hopefully we can hold, if we can hold this province right here. Which one is this? Lüben. which looks feasible considering the units we've got coming in. They've got fresh Panzer Grenadiers, but we've got a lot of fresh troops coming in here. And why don't we... You know what? These guys need a little bit of a calm down, actually. But, like, here we're pretty fresh. Here we're pretty fresh, so we could take an Army Corps, tanks, motorized infantry supported by regular infantry, strike south, and keep the pressure on the Germans here, I think. Didn't expect things to go so, well towards Berlin, honestly. 43% strength left. They might get... They could easily filter in more units, FYI. This might not be the fall of Berlin. But it's going to be mighty interesting, if you ask me. We got a whole Army Corps coming in to reinforce right here. Let's see, we've got tons of units. We got to actually slam these guys in right here. These guys will continue in right there. I doubt the German units here have very much organization. No, there's 1.5 infantry divisions here, basically, standing in our way against 2 tank corps, not mechanized, motorized troops, and naval infantry, aka proto-marines. Although, we don't seem to be making very much of a dent. We'll see what happens. Lots of casualties is what's happening. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of casualties. But we only face one direction here, so we'll just throw everybody into it. Just weight of numbers. Just muscle your way through the Germans there. Alright, so these guys are clear now. No, they're not clear. Almost, though. Almost. This is interesting, isn't it? Whoa, whoa, I was like, wait, where did Berlin go? We took it! We took Berlin! Berlin has fallen. That was anticlimactic because I didn't even realize it happened. Holy shit. Okay, let's look at Germany. Surrender progress, 30%. Yalta Conference, the Soviet Union's rush to Germany. Berlin province gives a Comintern. Paris controller access. Alright, so what does this do? February 45, Soviet, American, and British officials met in Yalta and agreed on the basics of Poland's future borders. In the east, the British agreed on the Curzon line. In the west, Poland should receive part of East Prussia, Danzig, east tip of Pomerania, Upper Silesia. War goals added. Install a loyal government in Germany. Germany, Eastern Poland, lose core any and all. Cede any and all to Poland. Takes over any and all. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Or that didn't work out as well as I thought it was going to give me more, because this is occupied Poland. Oh, you know what I think that did? I think that just turned that land from mine to... Let's see if we could fix this really quick by trying this again. Yeah. It's this stupid border. It's the stupid, you know, the way that the game controls, you know, like, you know, how it feels the land's being controlled. God, I hate it. I'll say it just messed up a whole bunch of stuff for me, but that'll fix itself up real quick, like, yeah, like that. Actually, it showed me what was in there really nice, like, didn't it? Alright, so that's fine. That's basically back to the way it was before. I mean, I don't think anything actually changed in regards to who owns what provinces here. But anyway, this is running a little bit long here, so we are going to end it. Berlin has fallen. The German capital fell with... not too much of a fight, honestly. Only some Italian mercenaries and basically 2.5 German divisions fought in its defense before the Soviets. Let's see, members of which Soviet army? The 9th Army, the Soviet 9th Army, looks like it took Berlin. So everybody, if you have enjoyed this episode, just drop me a like. Leave me those comments right down below. And if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys next time.